Hi everyone, I'm here with my mentor Nicole.
Hi.
And
Hi.
We were chatting a bit about business and motherhood together. And one of the things that we were talking about today was realistic expectations. We thought that you would all really benefit from hearing that,
Definitely.
especially both of us as really ambitious women.
Yep.
And yes, mothers really passionate about motherhood, no interest in compromising in what we give our children.
Yeah.
But we also can't compromise on being in business and being entrepreneurial because that's just our identity.
Yeah.
So with these two topics, there's so much conflict happening internally. And I thought that you would really enjoy hearing what Nicole has to say about it.
Yeah, we were talking about expectations as well, and I think we've got to be giving ourselves a little bit of slack, really. And we as women are in different seasons in our life, and consequently our business has to reflect that. The people that I know that are extremely, like one of my clients is a $200 million business now, she's got 3 nannies. And you were saying this as well, Val, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
That, you've got a friend or someone that you know that has got a combination of mothers and fathers and communities
Mothers,
and
aunties, and nannies.
Exactly. So, we can't become ourselves by ourselves. We can't. And particularly if we're women in deep service to community, we have to pull community in, whether that be girlfriends, whether that be paid nannies. And we also have to honour the season of life that we're in.
Absolutely. There's no other choice.
There is no other choice, particularly if you, it depends upon what kind of a mother and the vision you have for your own version of motherhood. And no vision is better than another. It's just we've got to follow the blueprint of what we desire. And as part of that, for me, if I just talk about me for a moment, I pulled back on financial aim and waited a little bit for my kids to be at a specific age. But what I never pulled back was compounding service to community, generosity, so that when I was ready to come out into the market, then I had enough of a big reputation. People had experienced shifts from what I had shared. And I don't think we really value our contribution in society, and sometimes we feel like we're overgiving and it's not going anywhere. I promise you, when you focus on contribution, it will come back to you when you then monetize and set the business up in a way that captures all of the goodness that you've given in the world and then returns it back to you in financial reward. Part of that is to, when you're ready, to set up correctly. But never undervalue your contribution to society and that try before you buy experience. They'll never forget you. And a lot of people are actually waiting for you to be ready, to be out there in the world in a greater way. But it has to match the season of life that you're in, because you will implode. And a mama imploding and a businesswoman imploding out in the world and trying to do both, you can't do it all. You can have it all, but you need to pull in community around you. So it's a real catch-22. It's tricky, isn't it?
It's very tricky,
It's tricky.
And I'm definitely living through it right now, having 2 businesses and having my second child.
Yeah.
And I don't think I would be able to do anything at all if I didn't have my girlfriends, if I didn't have my mentors, which is for me a part of community.
Yeah.
To have leaders and people to show the way and support you at the same time. And we created the business group for that same reason, because we need community. Even those meetups and share what we know, help each other, network. It helps so much. That's such a big part of community for us.
It's true. Yeah.
We don't have anyone here, so it's literally impossible to do those things that I see a lot of other moms do, because we don't have nannies, we don't have mothers, uncles, aunties, grandparents, none of that. So obviously for somebody in this situation it will take a lot longer, but I'm still making sure to show up for my people, because I honestly don't see people as customers or clients. I see people as my people. Somebody actually asked me a question not long ago, a beautiful lady. She asked me, how do you refer to the people that come and see you? Do you call them customers, clients, or patients? And I told her none. I call them my people because they're my people. Yeah. And even when I don't have time to offer sessions, I always offer information.
That's it. This is what I'm talking about.
Because it's also a passion. It's not just to serve others. It's also my own passion. It's like, how can you sit there? You know, you sit there for hours nap-trapped, and all of these things are running through your head, and you know, like, if you put it out there, so many people can benefit from it. So not to do that, it's harming others as well as harming yourself.
I love this so much, Val, because what you've just said is so profound, because a lot of women will end up there's a lot of resentment too, and going, oh, they're putting so much out there, and you know, and I'm exhausted, and I'm not, you know, maybe I'm putting an offer out and it's not sort of hitting, and then what we find is that women will pull back from serving community because they're just not feeling like they're getting anywhere. I promise you that love and service to community never gets lost. It will, once you get the system, once you get your course right or get your offer really clear, people are waiting for you to be ready. And there's also a readiness in whether you're ready as a mother to come out. And we can't hit up against that. We have to recognize that there's certain times that we're actually not ready, but we're ready to serve. Yeah. We're ready to serve, and we want to serve.
As mothers, we're already in service, so we're already in that energy of service.
Exactly.
By default.
Exactly. And I promise you, once the clarity is there with the course, setting up the structure, putting it out in a way that you feel like it is fulfilling you, so, because we give so much back out to the world, and we have to receive. There is that energetic exchange as well. I promise you, compounding momentum of love will always be paid back to you. I promise you, even when you're exhausted. But that exhaustion in motherhood, it does pass. The moment you're ready, I promise you, community are waiting for you. It's just got to be monetized in a way that can be multiplied without trying to multiply you, because you can't do that. Yes. And that's a system structure. This is where AI, it's so exciting.
This is where Nicole is so exciting, because she actually knows how to do that, and she has the vision.
Yeah, automation and AI, we've been studying for 2 years, and I promise you, like, yes, there is a percentage, there is a chance that it can also go tits up, because, you know.
But so many things.
But I trust humanity. I trust that we've got this.
Honestly, wherever it will go.
I'm a positive futurist. Yeah. I really am. I think it's
that's
wonderful.
How you control your reality.
Exactly, right?
If you see everything as doom and gloom, you're literally creating it.
Exactly.
You don't want to create that, right? You even if you're using AI, you rather see it for what it is and use the tool as a tool.
Totally.
Instead of programming it to be a human.
Totally. And this is where when AI comes in, I'm so passionate about this, to get AI in the hands of mothers, for so many reasons. But we don't even know what's coming, to be able to actually take all the heavy lifting, the stuff we're talking about now, right? Which is email sequencing and YouTube and you know, Instagram shorts and all of it. There is, and what's coming now will shave off so many hours so that you're left in your zone of genius. That's the aim, right? That you get to do what you're here to do in your zone of genius. But we can't push up against technology, because technology is, again, like bringing an elder in the village, bringing another 10 hands around you to support you. Yeah. If we resist technology, we're going to have to do all of it, and we're not going to be able to compete.
Have you heard that opinion that enlightenment is a lot more possible in our days due to technology? Because now, with the internet, we can all connect to each other, teach each other, help each other. Yeah. And enlightenment was a lot harder in the days when we didn't have technology.
Interesting.
Because there was no way. People were in their own bubble, and if the whole community was led by religion or a certain governance, people, they felt like the black sheep in the community, and they didn't even know that there are other people. But now all the people that are working on it, they have a chance to come together thanks to technology and actually create something together.
And I mean, we've got enough evidence, haven't we, to show that the technology that used to be is so much more profound than what we even begin to comprehend.
Oh, yeah.
That, we have been disconnected for those reasons, so as not to actually become that fullest extent of who we are as a humanity and expression of ourselves. So, I'm really excited. I'm really excited for where we're going, but particularly for mothers. To me, it's this awakening is the awakening of mothers to realise we can get out there, and we have to get out there, and we have a purpose. And we've got to do it. We've got to do it for the next generation, and we're getting that inner call, aren't we? It's like I can't not.
Well, you see that because you work with so many women.
100%.
And I see it as well in the clinic. I see how many women and how many mothers are trying to do these things just because they feel the urge, they feel the need.
And don't you think it feels like sometimes, particularly when our kids are little, there's such desire, such passion. It's like sitting at the starting line going, I want to go. But the reality is that our little ones are slowing us down to either somatically integrate everything we're doing. Like, there is a purpose for the slow down time.
Yes, absolutely.
Before we do take off. So we really also have to know that there's seasons in our life and seasons in business of settling in, learning, consolidating, learning our skill sets. That perhaps a take-off time is actually not now. Perhaps it's now's the time to create this beautiful high-end experience with fewer numbers, and then the take-off to greater numbers might be in 6 months' time. And so it's just a matter of honouring that, because you push up against that and everything goes tits up, your adrenals are stuffed.
Yes.
All of it cascades from there. But if we could honour the season, it's a lot easier and build our business around that.
I think it's just a very interesting point. How do you honor the season without giving up on your dream?
Correct.
I hear some people
Correct.
are talking about hustle mentality, and it doesn't matter that you have kids. You can just push through it, work hard, but it is possible, but it depends how do you view parenting, whether you want to compromise.
That's all perception. Exactly.
Yeah, because there are mothers that can do that, but
Totally.
But how are they mothering? Are they okay with childcare at a young age? I'm not. Are they okay with, constantly strangers taking care of their kids? I'm not.
No.
And you were not as well.
No.
So it's more about, that's why we're creating our businesses with the kids in our hands.
Yeah. I've never not done business with children. Like, we would bring our kids into boardroom meetings with Target, Kmart, everyone, and there was never a separation ever.
Yeah.
Ever. But there was nannies around to look after the kids.
Yeah.
There wasn't with my children. Mine was more, and I then was in solopreneur and sold our companies. So my experience of making money was not the experience of that I had in our own business, where my co-founders had children. So, I think it's tricky, and it does depend upon what your vision is as being a mum. One of my clients is a $200 million business. She's had 3 nannies to do that.
Yeah.
So, it just depends. And I love that for her. It just wasn't my way.
Yeah.
So I had to sit and, inverted commas, watch everyone, everyone growing in that part of their life in terms of business and commercial and money and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't my time. I wasn't actually ready. There was a readiness, there was a preparedness. And I was also at that season. I think that our children are such portal to our own greatness if we allow them to be. And sometimes it's not the season too. So we have to be really forgiving that even if we are at that starting line going, I really want to do something, we can implode on our children as well because of that desire to serve, to be something more than a mother. And we can be, but we've also got to pace it to the slowest person in the house, and that's our kids. It's tricky. If it depends upon who we want to be as a mum.
I feel like it's a new paradigm.
It is.
It's like an old but new thing.
Agreed.
We're coming back to the old, but we're upgrading it to the new thanks to technology.
Yeah.
And we're learning how to be of service without depleting ourselves.
100%.
How we can still bring our gifts to the world.
Yeah.
without compromising.
Agree.
Not on our motherhood and not on our service.
Agree.
Because to me, I feel like giving up on one of them, it's too big of a sacrifice.
You can't do that. You can't split yourself into two parts.
Yeah.
You can't just simply say, that part of me no longer exists.
Yeah.
We can't. It's not even an option. It's what our soul is asking for. Our soul will pull us to be of contribution. And AI and automation, this is the exciting bit. It bridges the gaps, it buys back our time, it puts money in our hands rather than, gobbling it up with sales teams and high overheads. I mean, I'm so excited for where we are now. And it all comes down to setting up correctly. You got to set up well.
Before we finish up this video, I'll just quickly say that I'm at the moment, I'm not going to talk too much about where you can find me because I'm only servicing my top clients.
Yeah.
Because I'm just really time limited. But I did want to ask Nicole, where can people find you? Because it's really important. You do have the time to offer that so valuable service that people need. And I think that so many mothers can benefit from your help.
Thanks, babe. I am about to, so I've been a word of mouth business and behind the scenes of a lot of women's businesses. And so again, I've been in the season of motherhood. So to find me, best place to find me, don't head to Facebook. I'm about to become really active on Instagram. So just look at Nick Rowan on Instagram and start following me because I'll start to actually show up there. At the moment, I've been more on Facebook, but I'm kind of not, it's through my personal profile. I haven't needed to. Yeah, so Instagram, and then also it'll be Nick Rowan TV on YouTube. So I'll be the strongest on those two channels.
Thank you for sharing.
But you're in the Crunchy community. We're both in there.
Yes.
In the group.
And I just want you to know that maybe Nicole wasn't too much on social media and on those channels, but she has been serving our community for so long.
Yeah.
Even at school pickup, in our homes, she's working with a few really strong names and really strong women. At least I know, of Emma Romano, and you just shared a video with another lady, the funny lady. Remember?
Oh, Sarah Michaels.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nicole is there. She's just not on social media.
No.
So, yeah. Well, soon.
Yeah.
But if you can reach out to any one of us, and we will put you in contact with her.
Mwah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, babe.
I love you.
Yeah. We need you out there, mamas. We do.